Antler River Outsiders. Welcome to our first video, and in this video we're going to go over Joe's tools. Thanks for tuning in.
Alright, so first we're going to go to kind of a more modern thing. These are copper, okay, I'll take this one out. These are copper pressure flakers, so you got different sizes. This one is for kind of bigger pieces that you're not doing fine work on. This one, then you'd go down to something like this. This is kind of a little bit wider. That's for more precise work. And then if you wanted to do really fine work, you'd go down to something like this. In my honest opinion, copper is worse, but it is nice to work with sometimes. This is a copper notcher for making the nice notches and stuff. I should probably fix this one. I haven't used it in a while. It's kind of fat. Needs to be thinned down a little bit. I'm going to take these out of the way. Next we're going to move on to Antler boppers. So as you can see, I have 3 different sizes. You can get bigger, but I don't really work big pieces, so this works for me. These are all whitetail deer. So this is the biggest one I have. This is it's really nice and heavy. That's good for after you're done using your hammer stones, which we will get into. This is kind of for finishing work, if you would. It's not as heavy, but it's still got a heft. It's good for taking nice long thin flakes. This is for more precise, you don't want to snap your piece because you'll get angry kind of work. I don't really use this one very often. Here moving on to hammer stones. These are soft hammer stones. So basically what that means is it's not going to have as much as a shock as say something that's made out of cauterized. So these are all I think they're limestone, maybe sandstone, but they are nice. They're nice and worn down. That's what you want from a good soft hammer stone. Sorry. Some of these can be softer than Antler, which isn't always a good thing, but they are good for testing rocks if you don't want to break them right away. Obviously these are easier to come by than hard hammer stones. They're good for finishing work, starting work, anything. They're not so great for spalling though. I use this one as a grinder as well. This isn't a very good hammer stone. Okay, so next we're moving on to hard hammer stones. These are good for spalling, taking large chunks off of large pieces. I don't have very many large ones because I do not do big pieces most of the time. This one is very worn down. As you can see, I've used it all kinds. This was about as big as this when I started. This is a sanding stone, so I use this one to sand a lot of things. This one is good for medium to small pieces. This is good for big pieces that are chunky, need to take it down, thin it really fast.
So you keep saying spalling or squalling or smalling, and I don't know what this fucking word is.
Okay, so spalling is you have a big piece of material, so you'll have like a big piece of dacite or a big piece of onondaga, per se, and you'll take a rock like this and you'll basically make workable pieces out of it, because you don't want to work a giant hunking stone, right? So you'll take a big hammer stone and you'll break it down to more manageable pieces, and that really is all spalling is. Okay, so these are Antler tines. These are good for pressure flaking. I use these quite frequently. You can grab all of them. So here I got a nice round one that is good for beginning work, and you're not trying to dry flakes, you're trying to crunch the edge so you can smack it. Then you have some like these that are good for more precise work, so you get thinner and thinner. And then I have a longer one that's good for building up leverage to really knock off, well, not knock off, but push, I should say, like push off of a longer flake. And here are some tine notchers, various sizes. This one is actually a deer bone. This one I like using the most. These 3 other ones are alright for starting.
Final tool.
So this is basically just a pressure pad. Instead of driving a flake in your hand, you can just take it, and then you'll take a pressure flaker and you'll flake off some things.
You break your pressure flaker a lot? Does that happen or no?
Nah,
pressure flaker's stronger than the Onondaga? Or you just have to know what you're doing?
Well, you just gotta resharpen it, right?
Oh, okay.
So it's soft, but it's good for taking it down. The silica is what allows the flake to be taken off.
Thanks a lot for tuning in to our first video. We've got a lot more in the works right now. Specifically a tutorial series on flint-knapping a bottle bottom point, which will be coming within the next couple days. And feel free to be one of our first supporters by hitting the like and subscribe button. It would mean a lot to us in the beginning days. Thanks so much. Antler River Outsiders, signing out.